Hello everyone and welcome back to Function Pilates. I'm Vanessa Kelly and today we're going to be working with Tori. So Tori is one of our current online mat and reformer teacher training students. She has over 3 years of Pilates experience on the reformer and she's had an incredible weight loss journey. And now she's at a really exciting stage of her movement practice. So she's not here because she's in pain or recovering from an injury. Instead, her goal is something I think every Pilates instructor and honestly every Pilates enthusiast should strive for: developing better proprioception. She wants to better understand where her body is in space, improve how she recruits each muscle group, and gain a deeper understanding of her breathing mechanics. Overall, refine her alignment. This is one of my favorite places to work with someone because we're no longer just exercising, we're learning how to move with greater awareness. So before we jump into the workout, let's take a look at Tori's standing posture. As I always say, posture is simply information. It's not about good or bad. It's about recognizing movement patterns so we can make better decisions during the workout. So starting from the ground up, I notice her right foot naturally rotates outward a little more than the left. Her knees are tracking beautifully under her hips, so we'll work to maintain that alignment. And as we move higher, I notice a flatter lumbar spine. So one of today's goals will be helping her to find a little more natural movement through her lower back without forcing it. In her upper body, there's also a slight rotation toward her right shoulder, and we'll use today's workout to improve symmetry and body awareness while encouraging balanced movement from side to side. So one of the biggest things I notice is that Tori naturally shifts more of her weight into the balls of her feet. This is a very common pattern and often means the muscles on the front of the body are just working a little harder while the muscles along the back side, like which are glutes, your hamstrings, and all your back muscles, are becoming a little bit more quieter and weaker. So throughout today's session, you'll hear me cue her to reconnect with that posterior chain while maintaining a balanced relationship with the muscles on the front of her body. So as you're watching, I'd encourage you to notice if you recognize any of these same patterns in yourself. Sometimes the biggest and the smallest adjustments are creating the biggest improvements in how your body moves and feels. So if you enjoy this style of teaching and want to continue learning, be sure to check out our continuing education mini courses. Most are about under 30 minutes long, and many don't require any of the equipment. And they're designed for both Pilates instructors and enthusiasts who simply just want to better understand the bodies. And if becoming a Pilates instructor is something you've been thinking about, I'd love to invite you to explore our online teacher training program. We offer mat and reformer, and full comprehensive certifications that you can complete at your own pace anywhere in the world. I personally guide you through every exercise, the anatomy, biomechanics, the cueing, and most importantly, the why. So behind each movement. And if you'd like to learn more, send me an email and let's schedule a call with you. I'd love to help you find the program that best fits your goals. But now let's get Tori moving. Whether you're following along or simply observing today's assessment, I think you'll walk away with a deeper understanding of how your body moves. So let's get started. Go ahead, Tori. Let's have it. You can have a seat right there. I'm going to ask you a few questions, which I probably sort of know the answers now too. But okay, so you've been doing the online mat reformer training, and what is your experience like with Pilates prior to like jumping into the program?
Before the program, I had about 3 years of practice.
Oh, okay. From the equipment or just mat?
Equipment.
Okay.
I actually never did mat Pilates before I was introduced to reformer Pilates. Yeah. Well, before the program, except for some intermittent mat Pilates, like during a reformer class, we maybe would do some mat work.
So then, any injuries I should know about?
No.
Okay. So when you started Pilates and you've been doing it at this point, what are your personal goals with it?
Honestly, my personal goals with Pilates have been, first of all, just body awareness. I was very, having lost so much weight, even now, still after it's been almost 5 years since I reached like my first big weight loss goal. Even now, sometimes I kind of still struggle with my position in space. Like I feel larger than I am, or I don't really, sometimes I struggle with like the spatial concept of my body. And so for me, Pilates was a way to really learn how to engage each muscle group and my core, alignment, balance. Those are probably the highlights of the goals that I've had.
Okay.
And also breathing mechanics, because I know that that's very important with it. And I previously would always like just kind of like follow the shape and not necessarily know what I was doing. You know, even if it's just like, you know, a bicep curl. You're just like, you're doing the bicep curl, but like, are you actually like holding it right, engaging right?
Is it intentional? Is it controlled?
Yeah.
Yes,
exactly.
all those things for sure. Okay, really good. So I'm going to have, I'm going to talk about your photos, which I feel these are the photos that we're taking last fall, right?
So no, I actually took these photos in January when I restarted, or February.
Okay.
Yeah, it was the beginning of the year when the new one started. I sent them to
Tom. Okay. Okay, great. So things that I want to kind of look at here is you have a tendency to take this right leg out to the side a little bit more, where you're putting like more weight in here. Can you see? Because if we look at where the hip bones are, the ASIS, this is lining up with the knee, but then the knee isn't exactly lining up with the ankle. It's like swaying off to the side in a sense.
Okay.
Where there's a small external rotation there. Right side there again, you can see the patterns, and that's like where I like to look at. This photo, I feel like you were like in the middle of turning or something when it was captured.
No,
because I can tell by the knees bending, and then like your right knee is more bent than your left knee. So I was like, okay, I don't feel like this gives me
real
full permission to look at that photo.
Yes, that makes sense. I see it now.
Yeah, because of the knee flexion.
My daughter was helping me with the photos, and I didn't probably catch that.
I think you were just like turning in the midst of it. But so yeah, we look at that. So I want to pay attention to, and this could also be from the weight distribution of losing weight, trying to understand where you fit again in space with like your body weight and stuff like that, and how it basically compensates in a sense. Not too much, but with the feet a little bit.
I know I think is it supinate?
Supinate?
When like push out like this, like that's my worst. That's probably my biggest goal right now with Pilates. I'm trying to use the ball to create alignment. Because I supinate always.
With the feet.
With the feet, even during practice and even just walking. That's an unfortunate habit that my body has melted into.
We'll take a look at that too. And then I am basically looking at a little bit of a head tilt here with your head. You can see I'm pointing the arrow where it's like you're a little bit tighter on that side, weaker on that side, but then there's like this shoulder drop where it looks like your right arm is longer, which again is probably because you're right side dominant. Are you right-handed?
I am.
And left shoulder looks a little bit more on the elevated side. So it could also be like where, you know, this is where you hold your purse. This is where you kind of hold like your shoulder upward and things like very common patterns. And that's the thing, like when you're going through the anatomy portion is you're just going to start to see the patterns develop and develop like with each person that you like teach. And then you can see like the same pattern here with the head tilt. You're from the back, you're still doing it, but then it almost looks like your whole torso is like tilted to the side, like you're leaning, which you kind of are a little bit there too. So it does confirm from front to back that you have a tendency to lean a little bit more to the right. Could be like your daily patterns, could be the way you're sleeping, lots of things to consider. You can also see too where, let's see, I love that you were black too. Like it's so easy to look at, but how you can look at the shorts and how it looks like there's more space between your sports bra and the shorts. But there's obviously not. It's just the way you're leaning to the right there is why it's creating that as well. Let's see here. from this point. You can see how your ear is like way more forward than the red line here. And that's mainly because the whole front side of your body is tighter. So it's navigating your body forward and it's not as strong through the back. So there's a tendency to be weaker. So we want to focus on strengthening the whole posterior side of your body so you can like naturally lean backwards.
Okay.
Right now, like obviously you wouldn't be able to see that in space. Like if someone's looking, you're like, you're not leaning forward, Tori. So yeah, those are the kind of things that I wanted you to understand as you look at this, because like when you are identifying and teaching your own clients and things, it's like, this is why we did this in the first place, that we can understand based off your goals, based off any injuries and what we see here now with all of the reformer exercises that we know, which ones are going to be the best fit for your workouts.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's like not all of them are going to be a good fit for it. So it's like we pick and choose what works. Okay. So basically I'm going to just walk you through a session today, and we're going to follow the progressive flow.
Okay.
Do you remember the progressive flow?
No, I'm going to be honest with you. The jet lag is really,
oh, I'm sure.
really holding in there. I feel like as I do it, I understand it, but to recite it back, I'm not there yet.
That's okay. I'm not gonna like quiz you on that today, but it's also just like a nice refresher. Like even as we're going through the session, you're gonna get a workout out of it, but you're also gonna get some insight of like, okay, as we're following the progressive flow, I will call it out to you and I'll let you know what springs we're using too.
Perfect.
But I'm just also basing it off of like what we just spoke about on everything, and then bringing it back in. I'm going to see how your body moves, because I know that you have like jet lag. Maybe it's like I have to change some things around. And so that's like so important, because when we teach, we want to teach the person like who's there in front of us. And things change all the time. And so it's like we can have a game plan, but then all of a sudden it's like, wow, she doesn't have enough energy today. Therefore, I don't want to risk her alignment or her control, wear and tear, injury, whatever the case may be. So, so yeah, I'm going to have you go ahead and start by lying on your back. And we're going to go into a little bit of refresher here. I just want to talk about the breathing a little bit, okay? So, which will be really nice for you to kind of like just ease into the session. Also, are these regular socks? Oh, they're grips. Okay, perfect. So as you ease into the session, I'm going to talk about the breathing. And we talked about this in the anatomy portion, where with Pilates, it's called lateral intercostal breathing. So go ahead, Tori, take your hands to your rib cage, just like that. And when we're breathing, I want you to think of inhaling through your nose and focus on the expansion of your rib cage. And then very slowly allow your ribs to pull back together. And I will even have you take your hands up a little higher up. So closer together, I should say. Yes, right there. So it's like when you're breathing, you're gonna feel your fingertips slide away from each other here. So taking that inhale through the nose, expand, 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 like if you're reaching to opposite directions of this room. And as you exhale, naturally things start to cinch and pull back together, just narrowing out your rib cage here. Beautiful. So again, as we exhale, we think about the expansion of the ribs going from side to side into the room. And as we exhale, everything slowly starts to pull in towards one another. Good. Try that on your own here. Softening through your neck and your shoulders, feeling the support from the carriage underneath you, and just taking this moment to slow down your mind and take inventory of your body, of where it needs to settle in, to feel each of the movements that we're going to go through. So 2 more deep breaths. And exhale, beautiful. 1 more breath here, breathing into the hands. And exhale. Beautiful. So again, rule of thumb is when we are flexing, we take an exhalation. When we are extending, we are taking that inhale. Okay? I will remind you about the breathing, but just Just a little tip there. Let me take your hands by your sides and we'll go ahead and find our neutral spine, neutral pelvis. So we're going to carefully start to push your low back into the mat as far as you can. Basically, we're imprinting the spine. And then I want you to exaggerate and start to create an arch in your back. So yes, you're creating that nice arch, and then you're gonna rock it back to imprint your spine again. And this is called pelvic tilts. So tailbone will still be connected into the carriage. We're just moving through the lower portion of our spines. And you're wanting to navigate this through your abs as you imprint your low back. And as you arch, it's like you're navigating through the low back to create that over-exaggerated arch here. 2 more. These are the 2 basic principles of Pilates, the huge elements when we're first starting to teach a client that we want to assist them with, right? And last time. And these are things that like can take a client a long time to absorb and process. So it's like constantly in their sessions we're wanting to talk about it. And then relax into a very neutral, natural part here. And that is going to be just, even relax further in your hips. And that's going to be where I, as an instructor, want to double check where you're at. And if you're in the proper positioning, whether you're lying down, you're sitting, you're standing, it's our job as the instructor to make sure that we're looking at our client that way, okay? So let's start with a little warm up here. I'm gonna have you go ahead and take your arms straight up towards the sky. And you're gonna go ahead and start to curl your head and chest up, taking your arms down beside you, hovering off the carriage, and lower back down again. So we're just getting some movement in that spine. Yes. And again, getting some movement from sitting on that long flight.
Yes. The longest flight.
I get it, yes. Was it direct?
No, we had a layover in Paris.
Oh, okay.
So it was 17 hours to Paris, and then like a 5-hour layover in Paris, and then
Oof. Yeah.
3.5, 4 hours to Venice.
Okay.
And then we did that in reverse.
Yikes.
And yeah, I'm like my husband was laughing at me so much because I was doing like seated yoga and stuff.
It's almost like you have to. It's
and I'm like, you can laugh, but if you try it, you would know.
Yeah.
Like it helps.
Good, lower back down. One more time. And hold yourself up. I'm gonna have you do some lateral flexion. So with this positioning, I'm gonna have you reach a little further with your right fingertips, come back through center, reach with your left fingertips, come back through center. Continue stabilizing through your hips as much as possible. And back through center, one more each way. Excellent, back through center, arms are up, head goes down. Yes, let's bring the legs back into a tabletop position, okay? And then let's take your hands over your knees and point your toes towards me. We're gonna go into double leg stretch here, okay? So some of the mat exercises. Curl your head and chest up for me, just like that. All right, so from here, simultaneously reach your arms behind you to frame your ears, extend your legs, hold, circle your arms, bring your knees back to tabletop. Hands on top of the knees, pause. Curl up a little higher, so hold your height, and then you're gonna reach in opposition, circle the arms around, bring the knees back in. Beautiful, 4 more just like that. We inhale to reach, we exhale to pull it back together, and we have 3. Good, eyesight on the belly button so that we're not promoting any tension or tightness in the neck. 2, yes, very good. 1 more time, reach, good, and hold. Good, rest everything down again. Just take a little breather, seeing how you're feeling. We're gonna go into single leg stretch. So that's the one where you're going to stay curled up the whole time and we're gonna have the legs do the coordinated movements. So I'll talk you through it. Let's take the legs back into tabletop. Head and chest can come up. Extend your left leg out for me, hands to the right knee. There you go, and move your left hand down to your ankle. Point out through your toes. All right, so from here, you're gonna go ahead and switch the legs, switch the hands, positioning, exactly, and switch. And think about like pressing downward into more activation of your biceps. So like grip it, Tori. Yeah, like actually
Like grip my knee or this?
Both.
Okay.
Both. Like with both hands, it's an intentional, powerful switch. And what we're looking at is the hips here. So curl up a little bit more, eyesight down at your belly button, and we're going for 4, 3, 2, and 1, and relax it down. Good job. Okay, rest this for me, and just take your hands to your pegs and sway your knees from side to side. Just taking a nice little low back stretch here. Beautiful. And then let's go ahead and take your hands, interlace them behind the head, curl your head and chest up for me, straight legs up towards the ceiling, drop one leg down, and then we're going to switch the legs here. Yes. So we're just encouraging a nice stretch to the back of the legs, still focused in on our warm up, which is heating up our midsection. And 4, 3, 2, 1, and then rest it down. Beautiful. Okay. Again, treating you more like intermediate because I know you have your years experience behind you. So we're gonna take it back into following the progressive flow. So we just did the warm up, now we're gonna move into footwork. So I have you on our default spring system, which is 2 mediums and a heavy.
Okay.
We're gonna go heels on, flex the feet, knees in line with those hips. Inhale to prepare here, and exhale, we take it away. Straight legs, and then back in. And then stay with my hands for me and press away. And that should change the way things feel with the work that is being done in your feet and your ankles. Yeah, stay with it. Exhale, press. And hovering, hold, press out. Yes. So I want to help you build some resistance here and press away. Excellent. Nice and heavy through the tailbone. And reach. So your abs should feel pretty warmed up, and they should be the ones helping to navigate the work here. Again, pretend like your feet are up against a wall, or if my hands are there to help you. Try to really anchor and stabilize through the ankles here. 2 more. And last time. And back in again. Okay, let's go down to your toes. And we're gonna add in a lower and lift when we do this, okay? So press on out to 2 straight legs. Drop your heels underneath. Lift your heels back up and bend your knees to come back in. Good. And
I'm not used to the length. Sorry.
And drop your heels. You're doing good. And lift and back in. And extends. Drop. Lift. And bend back in. Beautiful. Reach out. So this way we're getting a nice stretch through your calves, really mobilizing through the ankle joints. Good. We got the joints working here. Good. Yeah.
It's like, yes.
Absolutely. And take it for another 3. And just trying to do the best that you can to put the effort into your midsection. So we talk about the core a lot and how you're gonna go heels together, toes apart, and press out. How Pilates is well known for being a very strong ab workout, right? Mm-hmm. But we're not necessarily sitting here doing ab exercises the entire hour, right? So it's like, how do we train and teach our midsection to facilitate this movement pattern so that we're feeling it even as we're doing footwork? Knees are going to be in line with your shoulders. I'm going to really reduce the external rotation here.
Okay.
And then press on out. Yes. And I'm narrowing your frame so that you can really focus on the activation through your adductors to help strengthen the inner thighs, which therefore will also help strengthen your hips here too.
Okay.
Good.
That makes sense.
And bend. Good. Using your breath. As you press out, think about pulling your abs in towards your spine to straighten your legs. And that's another way that you can think about strengthening your core as we're doing footwork. It's the driver. The midsection is the driver for every single exercise. and take it for 2 and 1, and then return back in. Let's go heels on the foot bar, go wide for me. There you go. And again, knees in line with your shoulders, look great. Press on out and bend to come back in. Good, and press and bend to come back in, beautiful. Again, focus on this imaginary wall. I'm using my hands as guidance here. Should feel a little different there in your ankles, right? Nice. Extend out. Good. And again, I like to walk around to view from all different angles to just capture where we need to make those adjustments. Things are looking good right now, but this is part of the assessment process when we have a client lying down, especially in footwork, where we can see where some natural tendencies start to show up and where we can make some of those fixes. And press 2 and 1. Come back in. Let's move it down to your toes. Heels are lifted, knees in line with the shoulders again, equally pushing through the feet. We extend long and back in. Good. And then I'm going to challenge you a little bit. Drop your heels slightly this way. There you go.
Oh, okay.
And then press, pushing through your big toe, which we know you understand that you have a tendency to supinate. So I'm going to ask you even further to press through the big toe.
Okay.
In order to feel that challenge develop in your ankles.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Does it feel different in your body?
Yeah, I definitely feel that center connection a little bit more with it.
Okay. Love it. Again, this is about learning, like your body speaks to you. It's like, okay, so what do I need to learn about my body so that I know how to take the appropriate, like, next corrections or modifications towards it? Excellent. And 2 more. Good, last time. And return back in again. Perfect. Okay, bring your knees into your chest for me. I'm gonna reduce the tension. We're gonna do some single leg work. So you can bring your feet back to the foot bar. Heels are gonna come on, and then let's separate them. Yes, but I'm gonna give you a little stretch here. So go ahead and hold on to this, and you're gonna take your right foot into the ring, and you're gonna basically flip your right hand. Yes, so the palm is looking at you.
Okay.
To reduce tension here through the shoulder. And what we're gonna do is you're gonna encourage the leg to stay straight like this. There's energy pulling out through the heel, and you can go ahead and press out to a straight leg on your left side. So I reduced the tension, so we're now on 2 mediums and a light spring.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna really focus in on what's happening with your foot. So we wanna keep this nice and straight, hold it right there, and press. There you go, like it. So I'm, again, trying to create more steadiness for you so that you can focus in on this alignment with your feet. But think about pushing the back of your right knee towards me. Yeah. So a little 2 in 1 here. We got hamstring stretch occurring on that right side. We got the work being done on this left side here. Good. Let's take it for another 3. 2. And last time. Excellent. And switching sides. So the right heel can go to the foot bar. You can switch to the left side. And this side, the left palm is gonna go up. I'm gonna move you just a little bit in. There you are. All right, so keeping that ankle tracking nicely with the knee. Exhale, we press on out. Yeah. So again, as you're going through this, think about pressing into my hand to really open up that hamstring. Then we're gonna focus on the stabilization on this right side so we can feel the support. And I can also feel like the joints are a little looser on this side, which, yes, I did when I was looking at your postural assessment, the right foot was the one that came out. Did you ever have an injury on this foot?
No, I had an injury in my left hip. I had labral tears a couple years ago.
So that could make sense because we compensate on the other side. Yeah. So what I'm feeling is a lot of like the joint movements occurring, where I would really focus on getting more intrinsic work done of the foot. So like getting a towel and practicing picking up the towel with bare feet. Like you want to think about what exercises can you do at home? Rolling your foot out on a tennis ball to help stretch it. And then the strengthening aspect would be to pick up the towel. Like if you could do those two things, really good to help with this foot. Good, last one. And come back in again. Okay, let's switch. So you're gonna come down to your left toes for me. And then this leg is gonna just find its way in tabletop. And I'm gonna have you there, Tori, hold that and like pull it apart. Yeah, so I'm doing things for you where you're gonna point your foot for me. Go ahead and push out with this leg. I want to focus on things where it's like, because I just know you came back from a really long flight from Italy, like, it's like, okay, I wanna open things up. I wanna really give you that opportunity in this session where I don't wanna do things where it's like constricting. So it's more about opening, stretching, instead of like powerfully working on the strengthening aspect of it.
Okay.
Yeah. Good, knee over the hip. There you go. So it's a very energetic leg on that right side. Yeah. Press, neutralize your wrist more so your elbow is reaching out. Yeah, and then this way you're pulling outward. There you go. And then shoulders can drop.
I think I might be a little pushed up onto the
you can
shoulder
scoot
rest
down
a little bit more, because then I was like almost forced that way. Okay.
Yes.
There we go.
Let's try that for 3 more times here. And think about the weight pushing down in your right hip as well. There you go.
Okay.
And 2. One more time. Beautiful. And let's bring you back in again. Okay, relax your upper body for just a second. And then you're gonna take your right toes on. Left leg's gonna remain in tabletop, very strong tabletop position. Let's move your toes down a little bit more. Yep, and again, this is gonna be the challenge. And then I'm gonna have you take your hands in. Yes, so you're like almost like pulling apart, not right at the wrist, yeah, like right there. And just like allow that to naturally drop your shoulders down so it's not like you're trying to rip the magic circle apart.
Okay.
It's just that you were creating some engagement, okay? And then press out. And the engagement is coming not from your neck, but actually from your torso. So think of it coming from the back here as it naturally opens you up. And exhale, press out. And inhale to bend. Beautiful. Press and bend. That foot, that knee wants to do something. And back in. Let me move this foot over a tiny bit, right about there. And then yes, go ahead and press out. And drop your heel under. I don't want to challenge you so much by keeping your heel, not all the way under.
Oh, okay.
like more of your kitten heel.
Oh, I see.
And then come back in again. Yeah, so instead of that high stiletto, drop your heel into more of a kitten heel so you have more stability.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's kind of like, whoa, what's happening here? There you go. And again, push that left hip into the mat, into the carriage. And press 2 more. And last time. And back in. Beautiful. Okay, let me have that ring. And we're gonna place now your feet through, and you're gonna go ahead and take your knees and separate them, okay? And we're gonna go into a little bit of, I'm dropping you down to a medium and a extra light spring. So grab a hold of your handles, and this is about abduction. So it's a form of opening up through your hips. Yeah, grab the handles there. There you go. Got it. Okay. So again, this is more about releasing any tension, tightness through your low back into your hips. So that's why I have abduction occurring today. But we're gonna take your arms straight up towards the ceiling, fingertips reach high, legs are in tabletop there, and naturally start to pull that ring apart, not overdoing it, okay? Let's bring those arms down beside you, and then start to bring your arms back up again. Yes, and moving your hips a little bit there, and lower the arms down. Think of balancing a cup of tea on top of your belly here to really anchor your tailbone down. And then you're gonna wanna naturally take your arms out a little wider so that you're not hitting the ring as you lower your arms down. Yeah. And then I'm gonna challenge you to, Tori, not to touch the carriage.
Okay.
So you're just gonna hover off the carriage. Good. Love it. Let's take it down for another 2. And one more time. Good. Hold it right there for me. Okay, let's go ahead and bend your elbows so the fingertips look up at the ceiling, and then straighten your arms out for a tricep press. We got, again, 6 and bends. 5 and bends. Good. 4, and I'm looking at your wrist. You're doing a really good job about not breaking the wrist here, but a nice neutral position. And 2 more. And last time here. Good. And bring your arms straight up. Let's give you a little breather here. So find your foot bar, rest your feet down. Again, I like the ring too. I know your goal was like to understand where your body is in space. This gives that mentality. Like gives you that literal like, okay, where are my hips and where is my relationship to my arms to my hips as I'm pulling down? So again, think of it in that connection. Legs are gonna go back to your tabletop position. Arms go out to a T, and then pulling your arms in towards your hips again. Yes. And then open out to the sides. Good. Heels are up a little higher. Pull those abs in. You got it. Anchor the tailbone down. Just let it get heavy. Weigh it down. And exhale to pull in. And it should feel like it's like a medium weight here. It shouldn't be like overdoing it at all, but it shouldn't be like too light either. And pull in for 3. Good. Love the form. Alignment is looking really nice. Where I don't see a lot of movement occurring through your hips. Last time. And hold your arms there. We're gonna repeatedly pulse the ring outward using your thighs. So press into the ring for 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Arms come up, and then feet rest down again. Just take another breather. And we're gonna add combine here. So you're gonna go into your circles. So once you're there, you're going to drop your arms down, open to a T, bring them back up again, okay? So finding your placement, exhale, bring those arms down, open out to a T, back up. So think more mechanical than like flowy circular. So press arm to a T. Naturally pause without the carriage moving, bring it back up. Yeah, reason being is that this is going to help strengthen your shoulder in a different format.
You lose the momentum.
What's that?
You lose the momentum.
Yes, yeah. Two different reasons. So it's not wrong to do it the other way.
Right.
I'm just focused more on creating the strengthening aspect there.
I like that.
Yeah. One more time. Up, hold. Now we reverse it. Carriage does not move. Carriage will move as you pull in and back up. Good. 4 more. Out and pull in. There is a difference with like every exercise. It's understanding the why behind it and like why do we choose it to do that way? Because there's a lot of different ways we could do the same exercise.
That's my favorite part.
Oh, it's like
I
endless
love learning.
possibilities.
Yes, I love knowing that there's, first of all, more than one way to do it. Also, I love learning the reasoning.
Yes.
Because that just makes so much more sense to me.
It's like, why did you choose to do Pilates?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, go ahead and relax it here. Excellent. Okay, hang up your handles on the pegs. I will remove this out of your way. And yeah, we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna add your light spring and so that's your blue, remove that yellow. So you have a medium and a light spring on. And I'm gonna take you into your hip circles because those are probably well-deserved right now. Although we're not gonna use them in a graceful, relaxing way, we're gonna still work at it. So here's your loops. Let's place 1 foot at a time in there. And we'll do a little bit of countering here. So now we're going to work the inner thighs, okay? So it's not an intentional hug the ring to death squeeze.
Okay.
It's like you're there, you notice it, inner thighs are activated.
Okay.
Okay, so tailbone heavy, we're gonna begin to lower the legs down. Yeah, so think of the legs getting longer out of your hip sockets, like you're shining those hip bones towards the ceiling here. And then return back up again. Yes. Again, we want to anchor those hips down, hinge from the hips, lower the legs. Yes, getting long as we reach outward, right about there, because we don't want to lose the natural curves of our spine either. And right back up. Yes, good. And pause, exhale. Think about the work coming from the back of the leg. So the hamstrings are the ones that are being activated. And back up. And exhale, press down. 2 more. Beautiful. Do you feel like one leg is working harder than the other? Or is it hard to tell?
It's hard to tell. It feels pretty...
I feel like your left side is working harder than your right because...
It's slightly more tension on this side.
Yeah.
But it's hard to tell if it was like work or being tight.
A little bit of both.
Okay.
Yeah. Bend back into tabletop for me. Okay, last variation with the ring here. We still got it. Mm-hmm. Straighten out to my hands and then bend back in again.
With flat feet or?
You can flex them.
Okay.
That's gonna be the easiest to hold the ring steady. Exhale, extend. Good. And then let's take another look here because we changed up the variation. So either lighten up the grip on your left ankle or squeeze in a little tighter with the right side. That looks good. How did that feel?
That did feel like I think I did it right.
And then it creates also the muscle contraction where it's shaking.
Yes.
Yeah. It's
because I was like trying to do moving my right foot in.
Yeah, and we're allowing that other side to help and assist here. Good, 1 more time. Excellent, and then bring this in. Bring the soles of your feet together and make a little diamond, okay? So from here, you're actually going to hinge from your hip, lower your feet towards the springs. So it's a hinging motion. Instead of widening your legs, I literally want them going up and down.
Okay.
Yeah, just like that. So it's still work, but we're getting a nice openness through the hips as well. And back up. And exhale, press down. You got it. And up. 2 more here.
Is the range of motion relative or?
It's good, yes. It is. As you lower, it's going to challenge your neutral spine position. Mm-hmm. Plus, you should feel your abs kick in too. Last time. And back up again. Okay, so straight legs towards the ceiling. Let's just do some nice stretches today in with the straps, okay? So I'm gonna remove this one. You're gonna take your foot to the foot bar, come to your toes. Yep, and this is all about your hamstring stretch. So the more you bend into your left knee, the more this leg is gonna feel it, okay? So just kind of pull towards you on your own. You're in charge of your own stretch, basically. Yeah. Which is a nice way to switch it up. So we're not like always doing Eve's lunge, or we're always like into the kneeling lunge stuff. It just feels good where the strap can assist us in this.
I like the single.
Yeah. And then press out to a straight leg. Take this leg out to the side and now start to bend into your left knee. Bend your left knee. Yep. So you're going into your inner thigh stretch. Beautiful. Good.
I feel like my knee goes out to the side.
Yeah, so you can kind of keep it as is. The only thing I don't want to happen is I don't want your left hip to come off the mat. So if you have to change things in order for that to occur.
Okay.
Good. One more. Yep. And then hold it there. Take your leg over towards me. So we're crossing the midline. You're gonna turn your toes towards the floor. Push into my hand. There you go. And you should feel this IT band. The goal is to keep your right hip down into the mat. And if you bend into your left knee, does that change how the range feels as far as your comfort level?
It's pretty intense after sitting for 20 hours.
Right, right.
So, can I ask a question?
Sure.
Okay, so hip coming off of the carriage, that is a challenge for me generally. So I'm trying to understand like where I should feel and adjust. Like some of it's going to come up, but at what point is the hip considered off the carriage?
I don't want you to like literally allow it to. If it
like
naturally lifts up a little bit, that's okay. You will feel more if you try to anchor that right hip downward. Does that make sense? Or do you feel the difference? Okay. I guess I should ask.
So it's like, obviously if I'm here, my full like hip and glute area is on the carriage. But when I lean over, like obviously some of it lifts.
It will.
But I'm not disengaged from the carriage, so that's what we're looking for.
Right, and your upper body has not completely rotated over.
Got it, okay.
And then come back in. Let's do the other side here. So you can take this foot out and then switch to the other side. There you go. And leg goes up straight for the hamstring stretch. You can bend into your right knee to feel that stretch a little bit more. Does that feel okay? Okay. And yes, again, it's so nice to have the assistance of the straps being able to take us in this position. And then I'll have you straighten out your right leg. Take your left leg out to the side. Try to keep your right hip down. And then you're gonna carefully bend into this knee. Yeah, see about pushing that right hip down a little bit more. There you go. Yeah. You feel the difference?
Yeah.
A lot of people just like naturally want to like go into it.
Naturally, yeah, and that's what I've been trying. I'm still figuring that out, you know, how to like keep the body like, losing words, jet lag brain, but neutral.
Keep the alignment.
And then keep the alignment here while the limbs extend. And that's been my most recent challenge.
And then bring it back up, taking your leg over the midline, internally rotated so you turn the toes down. Left hip is going to try to stay down as you're doing this as well. And
doesn't like to go as far.
if it makes sense to bend this knee for less or more. Good. And just another deep breath, shoulders down, and just relaxing as you sink into the carriage a little bit further. And then go ahead and carefully remove your loop and remove your foot. Good. Let's just do some natural bridging here, which should feel pretty good. Headrest is gonna go down flat there, Tori, so make sure it's all the way down. It's at the halfway point.
Oh, okay.
There we go.
Aha, thank you.
Okay, so we're gonna add some bridging here. And let's take your heels on. So this is the easiest position. I have you on 2 mediums and a light spring.
Okay.
And I have you on your heels, which is the most helpful position, I should say, okay? So from here, using your arms as leverage, go ahead and just bridge your hips all the way up. There you go. Knees are towards me. I'm gonna pull you, try to resist it. I wanna create traction in your body, okay? And then I'm gonna have you lower your spine down 1 vertebra at a time. So lower, 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 tailbone being the last thing to touch. Yes. Good, and then we're gonna do it again, okay? So you're gonna go ahead and lift up. Do you feel the difference there as I'm pulling on you? Okay, and then you're gonna lower, lower, lower. Think of 1 vertebra at a time, lowering down. Tailbone being the last thing to touch. Beautiful. And then on your own, you're gonna bring your hips up. And then you're gonna bring your arms up. Good. Now, keep your arms where they're at and lower down. Excellent. Bring your arms straight down. Give that support. Ooh, this foot wanted to do that again. Yep.
It did it.
And again, we're gonna try that. We're gonna lift your hips up, bring your arms straight up, and lower everything. Excellent. Arms are down. 1 more time. Reason being for this bridge up is that we have to, again, focus on where your body is in space here, right? We have nothing touching except your heels and the resting of the back of your head. Good. Excellent work. And lower it down. Beautiful. Okay, go ahead and sit up. We'll come to the right side and we're gonna go into some chest expansion. So you can sit all the way up. I'm gonna reduce your spring load down to a medium and I'm gonna give you the box to sit on today, just so that it's a little easier for you to navigate into the exercise. So, all right, have a seat with your feet on the headrest. And you're gonna grab a hold of your loops here. That's it. And this is going to, we're gonna go into chest expansion. So we're gonna really focus on opening up through here. So arms are down beside you. And I'm gonna have you scoot back a tiny bit.
Toward the foot bar?
Yeah,
okay.
Like right about there. Okay, so arms are down beside you, abs are in towards my hand, beautiful. And then just begin to press your arms back for me. And then slowly return forward. Exhale, pull straight back. And forward. Hang on a second here. Move your hips to the right a little bit. You're a little off-centered. Yes, okay. And then go ahead and continue. And tuck your tailbone under, puff your chest up. Yeah. Does that feel different? Do you feel lopsided?
No.
Oh, good.
No, it feels good.
Perfect. Excellent. So chest expansion, what is our whole avenue here is we're strengthening the muscles from back here. We're reducing the tension from our shoulders and we're gonna feel the triceps here working too. So really good on strengthening the postural muscles. Got it? And back in for another 2. And 1. Good. Cross your straps for me. Stay holding on to the loops. And from here, you're gonna have your arms straight and you're gonna open out to a T. Hold and start to slowly lower back in again. Right about there. And open. So before you go into this, yeah, so you won't come all the way in. Exhale, open. And then slowly, 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 right about there, shoulders drop and open out.
Okay, I'm not used to the length, I think, I'm sorry.
No, you're good, you're good. We're actually not going to end up right here, so I'm gonna have you pause right about like there. Okay. So go ahead and open up again. That's it. And then starting to lower right there, Tori.
Okay.
And then open.
Oh,
yes, because we're building on the resistance. So careful not to lean back, but lean slightly forward and lift your chest up a little bit. That's it. And hold. We have 3 more. Do you feel the heat now?
Yes.
Okay, good. And left shoulder drops down. 2, love it. And 1. And relax it. Okay, uncross the straps for me. Let's take it into a C curve. So you're going to tuck your tailbone under and roll yourself back. Keep your elbows lifted. Go back to your stopping point where you can feel like your feet are gonna like lift away from the headrest.
Okay.
So let's try that. So exhale, C curve, lower back down. Yep, and hold your positioning right there for me, Tori. That's it, shoulders down. Add in a bicep curl and pull it in. 6 and 5, yes, keep pressing those feet down. 4, you got it. 3, fingertips up. And 2, and 1. Hold it there. Can you lower back even further? Even more, and then reach your arms straight, circle them around, and then naturally start to peel and restack your spine. Palms are looking up, come to a nice tall seated position. Yes, we're gonna do that again, okay?
Okay.
So you're gonna bicep curl it here. Tuck your tailbone under, scoop, scoop, scoop. Take your arms with you. Once you can feel your low back being supported by the box, straighten your arms. Circle the arms around. Come right back up. Lift, 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 lift. Yes, good. One more time. Bicep curl it. Tuck your tailbone under, scoop. Yes, so we're getting a little abdominal work here. We're getting some shoulder work and we're stretching the chest here. More abdominal work as you return back up using your own body weight and rest it. Good, okay. Let me take this away. You're gonna go ahead and flip to your stomach and we're gonna add in some tricep presses here. So you're on your stomach. I have 2 medium springs on, so the weight is a lot heavier. And you're gonna have your hands on the bar, elbows are wide. Okay, good. Separate through your feet because we're doing anything on your stomach, I want you to decompress the spine, okay? And let's point out through your toes, engage through your legs. Straighten out your arms for me. So push on out and then bend your elbows to come back in. We're gonna open up the neck here. Yes, shoulders are down. You're pushing from your triceps. Love. And back in. Good, all you here. Thighs are elevated. Yes, so glutes are activated. Extend. See how the difference that makes? When we're really focused in on how everything works. Exhale, press out. Inhale to back in. Good, there you go, naturally dropping that down. Let's go again. 2. Legs lifted.
Oh, should I lift my legs more? Sorry.
And bend back in. Last time, we're gonna press out. And bring it back in again. Good, okay. Now you're gonna go ahead and have your elbows looking down at the floor here, okay? So narrow tricep press. All right, so not necessarily with the hands together, I just want elbows looking down at the floor. Okay, so legs are still lifted. There you go, and then push out to straight arms. Fingertips reaching. Yes, and then bend. Good, again, we're gonna try not to live in the shoulders there. And push out, keep away from my hands, keep away from my hands. Yeah, there you go, so much better. And then bend back in, elbows are narrow. And take it out, away from my hands, away from my hands. Do you feel the difference?
Yeah.
Because a lot of us wanna work from the neck.
Yes, my traps wanna be involved in everything.
Yeah. And these little hand gestures, these corrections are really helpful for clients to feel where the relaxation can occur. Good, 2 more. Drop, 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 drop. And last time, getting more focused in the tricep area, right through the back of the arm. Yep, hold right there, because if you go any further, do you feel how this turns on?
Yes.
So we've hit the stopping point and come right back in again. Beautiful. Stay where you're at. I'm reducing your attention down to 1 medium. And we'll go into Swan, okay? So this time, when we go to 2 straight arms, you're gonna press out. When you bring yourself back in, lift your chest and keep the legs separated for me. Yes, especially in extension work, we wanna really focus on stretching your low back here, okay? And then lower back down. Fingertips are just reaching. You wanna think about not overly gripping in Pilates, but ever having an open hand. Good, lift, beautiful. I love that correction that you just made, where you naturally pulled the shoulder blades down. Love it. And lower it down, good, hold. And again, lift the chest up. Good, thighs are lifted, really strong opposition here. You got it, 3 more. All you. And excellent. Lots of great movement with the shoulder blades. That's what we are looking for, is to mobilize those shoulder blades downward. 2. And down, 1 more here. I love the control, I love your speed, because it gives you time to feel what's happening in your body here too. And bend your elbows to come back in. Awesome. And then go ahead and carefully exit off to the side and just take a seat. Just have a seat right here on the box. We'll just do a nice mermaid stretch for you. So you can just have a seat face out that direction. Yeah, and you can have your feet supported or they can just relax down. Scoot your body to the left more, and then your left hand's gonna go to that bar. All right, right arm is out, and you're gonna just take it all the way up and over. Push away from the foot bar with your left arm. Yes, and really just encourage a stretch there on that right side. I'm going more for the stretch today on you than the actual physical work. And then return back in. What I mean by that is I'm not going to be cueing you intentionally to like feel the work in your obliques, okay? There's a lot of, again, going back to that method of how are we gonna take this exercise? How are we going? What's the objective out of it? Today it's about stretching. Last time. Yes. Maybe hold right there. I'm gonna anchor your hip and rotate your right shoulder towards the springs. Pause, come back up through center. Look up at the ceiling. Yes, do that 2 more times. Drop that shoulder towards the springs and the shoulder comes up towards the ceiling. Yes, and 1 more. And back to the ceiling and then carefully out of it. And let's turn you around. How's that feeling?
That feels good.
Yeah. So that was your right side where you have a tendency to kind of collapse more into that side. So we'll see how this feels on the left, and you may not feel that like enhanced stretch on that side when we finish it off. Okay, so right hand is supported on that foot bar. Left arm is out, palm is up. Go ahead and push away. Yes, taking it again into that nice side stretch. And away. How's this side feeling overall?
It feels a little bit tighter.
Okay.
But it still feels good. Like I still feel the stretch.
Good. Hold it right there. I'm going to anchor this down. And then again, you're going to go ahead and take your left shoulder towards the springs and then navigate your shoulder up towards the ceiling. Try to keep your right arm steady and straight. And again, 2 more times. And then up, breathe. And 1 more. And up.
Yeah, my hip wants to pop up a lot.
Yeah, and then go ahead and bring it back up to center. Beautiful job. Okay, carefully, Tori, exit off to the side, and you're gonna stand right over here, facing me. Line up your feet so that they're hip distance apart here. We're gonna end it with a couple roll downs, okay? So from here, you're gonna go ahead and just take your arms, sweep them up overhead, and then you're gonna slowly dive yourself down. Fingertips are gonna reach in towards the well and let your body just rest and relax there. Good. Excellent. Think about lifting your left hip up a little higher. There you go. Do you feel the difference?
Mm-hmm.
And then start to pause and rebuild your spine up one at a time. Head being the last thing to come up, shoulders roll back. Let's try that one more time. So you're gonna sweep your arms up overhead and dive forward. Yes. Good, lift your left up a little bit more.
Sorry.
That looks good. And then starting to restack your spine up piece by piece. Head being the last thing to come up. Roll those shoulders back and let the head lift. Whew, good job. How is the body feeling overall since the beginning?
Honestly, it feels really good. I really appreciate some of the corrections that you made. I mean, obviously in teacher training, but also personally, trying to understand those alignments, you know, understanding when the tailbone is engaged and connected and heavy.
Yes.
You know, even in doing footwork without shifting, you know, your pelvis.
Yes.
That has been a focus for me recently.
The more
so
you
those little tweaks are
the more
very
you can
helpful.
understand how it feels in your body, the more natural it will be to teach it to somebody else, because you know what your body has felt.
Yes.
And you're like, okay, now I can share that and teach that to someone else who may not understand it.
Right. I like that a lot.